Hiya, it's Lee at WIndsor Interiors here. We're just outside the showroom now. I'm just away to hit the road, head down to the Scythe, talk some business with Some Boy Promotions and one of my suppliers.
Before we head off to the supplier, Lee and I capture the moment with a shameless social media promo post.
Hawaii 5 sell, Some Boy Promotions. TikTok. That's it, just getting a bit of content together here. Alright, how would you play that back? Here's the fucking sound. WIndsor Interiors here in the motorway. Hawaii 5 sell, Some Boy Promotions. That's it, just getting a bit of content together here.
Whilst on the road, Lee shares the history behind WIndsor Interiors.
So when did you start WIndsor Interiors?
So WIndsor Interiors, well, the showroom opened about 3 months ago now. Maybe lost track of time this year, it's been a quick year. 4 months ago.
You talk?
Aye, so I essentially had a company, Windsor Bespoke timber manufacturing, had that before WIndsor Interiors. It's more so obviously in the name timber manufacturing, so I kind of felt I changed the name through time because I felt that timber manufacturing didn't relate to the kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms. I think it was kind of throwing people off track, albeit the timber manufacturing as the sash and case, the doors, the staircases, the cupolas, it's all that stuff that we've done and we still do. But I just feel the name just didn't, it was a bit more commercial than a domestic name, so I didn't think it was quite getting the traffic that I could have or should have or am getting now. So that was the change in that. But prior to that, I actually bought over. It was a timber workshop called Burnmill Joinery in Leaving. I used to use the guy for my staircase, my windows and any timber products. Used him for years. And he was going to retirement, so essentially it was just discussed one day, and then the conversation just one thing led to the next, and I ended up buying over that company. It was named Burnmill Joinery. I mean, I was LC Joinery, and even being in the trade, if I didn't know the guy, if I didn't use him, there's nothing to tell me they actually manufactured. You know, you'd think it was just what people would deem as a builder's yard. So I always wanted to change the name, and I was always going to change it to something bespoke. You know, because you're making bespoke items, whether it's a bespoke kitchen, bespoke staircase, whatever else, everything essentially is bespoke. As simple as it may be, a lot of people are scared as soon as they hear the name bespoke. People think, shit, it's a lot of money or it's expensive, but it's not necessarily the case. Bespoke could be one kitchen unit that is made to an untoward size to suit your kitchen, and that could be the bespoke element of your kitchen. So it's not to say that it's expensive, or if you want a fully bespoke kitchen or staircase, whatever, then we will do that as well. And obviously upon a fully bespoke item, kitchen, whatever, you're going to pay more, but you know, some people are settling for that and prepared to and want to pay the price for the given item or product. But a few years back now, 2018, I went through a bit of a bad time. I was with somebody that I lost, and essentially I went through the emotions, the stuff and everything. A lot of stuff happens and goes through your head, and like I say, you go through emotions, and it sprung to mind one day. I thought, with that happening, I'd known I was taking over the business with Burnmill, but the transition hadn't happened yet. It was in the hands of lawyers and so on else. So everything was getting tied up behind the scenes, but I knew I was taking over it, and just with everything happening, it sprung to my mind one day, and I thought Windsor, because that was our second name, so I ended up calling it Windsor Bespoke. So that's how the differential in names came about. So that was that, and that's how that came about, and it's just progressed through time. And that's it. Showroom's now open, so we're in full swing, and we just need now look at getting the name out there and make people aware exactly who we are, where we are, and what we do.
It was your ex-girlfriend that passed away. That's what kind of inspired the name. What was the chain of events that occurred?
I've been away for a weekend actually. I've been away down south watching the boxing, watching the Eubank and the Groves fight. I was on that Super Series or something. It was the last fight of that, if I remember right. Anyway, we were doing, I think it was Manchester, if I mind right. down Manchester watching that fight, and we'd been away for a long weekend, came back the Sunday night, flew back up the road, and just dashing about trying to get stuff sorted out, washing on and whatever else. It was one time, well, it was getting late by this point, and I'd actually said to her, look, let's just get to bed and we'll sort the rest tomorrow. I was done in flying. It wasn't a long fight, but it was a long weekend and drinking and whatever else. I was shattered. So I says, let's get to bed. So I went up, she come up 15 minutes later or something like that, and essentially we were in bed, going to sleep, and she just kind of essentially collapsed. And just something wasn't right. She kind of collapsed. I thought she was taking the piss to start with, because the way she was breathing stuff was like, she was snoring a bit, and I thought she was taking the piss, and she fell asleep already. And I soon realised something was wrong, so I phoned the ambulance and whatnot, and that just led on to obviously in the hospital and stuff, and came out in the wash that what had happened, it was a brain aneurysm. So unfortunately, I mean, that was obviously shit and devastating, but she was in hospital for a number of hours, tests and scans and whatever else, and he said it was too far gone. There was nothing we could do. It was a brain aneurysm, so I never knew what that was until that had happened. So that was unfortunately that. As shit as it is, I mean, you've got to get on. It's 6 years approaching. A few months' time, it'll be 7 years ago now. Doesn't seem that long ago, but that's unfortunately what happened, and that was the inspiration of the name of the business. So that's how where we are.
Okay, so see, during that point in time, how did that affect you? That loss, what's so sudden?
Pretty bad at the time. I mean, it's not something, I was 33, she was 32 at the time. It's not something you're expecting. It was unexpected, it was blue. Prior to that, all she'd ever sort of complained about was a couple of sore heads. Now you kind of know why, but she'd complained about a couple of sore heads and always relayed it back to not having her glasses on. She should have worn glasses, but never wore them, and just relayed it to that. She put the glasses on, and coincidentally or whatnot, felt better at times, or maybe took a bit of paracetamol or whatever else, but obviously there was an underlying issue there and knew nothing about it, totally oblivious. Like I say, I never even knew what an aneurysm was at that time, until it happened, until then it was explained to me, and I looked into it and stuff and realised what it was, but I knew nothing about it, nothing at all about it. That happened, my head was up my backside for quite a while. A lot of going on, went through emotions with stuff, and a lot of things happen, a lot of things kind of control your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and everything that happens at the time. So just essentially going through the emotions of that loss, and that sprung to my mind, and I thought that was a good deed for me to do at the time, and that's how it come about.
See, since starting up Windsor Interiors, what kind of obstacles have you encountered?
Through the period of starting the business, it's been started throughout sort of the COVID period and the COVID and the Brexit period and whatever else. So you've had the factors. When I bought the Burnmill Joinery, when I bought that over, it was a small premises in Leavin and Burnmill Estate. So I bought that over. I had a yard in Thornton at the same time as well, with my other business and the building side, build trade if you like. So I had two businesses, and I was trying to run a business from Thornton as well as then running a business in Leavin. They're not a million miles apart, but trying to be present at each location each day, and then out on the road and doing my day-to-day thing and looking at jobs and looking after jobs that are ongoing. It did become a bit harder, and then you're trying to be cost effective as well. There's two businesses, there's two outgoings, there's two premises to pay, there's fuel back and forward, commuting and whatnot else, and there come a time it became hard to be at both places each day, and I couldn't be both places each day. So the workshop was left its own accord quite a lot of the time, and through time we outgrew the workshop. My yard, I was starting to get a bit tight and neat with that as well, and the unit I'm in now, in Kirkcaldy at Mitchelson, the old cart start building. I know the guy that owns it. I rent the business, the premises. I know the guy that owns it, and I actually contacted him about one of the smaller units at the back, and I just missed one by a couple of weeks or so. So I spoke to him about that, and he said that I'd just been leased out, I just missed it. And then was it a couple of weeks, I'd been looking at other premises, and a couple of weeks later he contacted me and says, this is scheme available, come have a look. It's too big, it's massive, it's too big. So he persuaded me to come down and have a look and have a chat. So I did, and I mean, you've seen the size of the building, and it was too monstrous to have for the two businesses. But space is good, albeit you don't want to fill space with junk, and space has to make money because you're paying for it. So I chopped off a third there, and I created 5 self-storage. So that's the self-storage facility at the very end, just the left-hand side of the showroom entrance. So divided a third off of that and created the self-storage facility. So that's alright, it's doing alright. Could be, there's still spaces to fill, so you know, we're aiming to start advertising with that again at some point and get the remaining spaces full. It's a kind of almost a self-sufficient business, so it's good, it runs itself. There's not a great deal of outgoings with it, or a great deal of hassle. So it's a nice wee offset to the building, if you like. So and otherwise we've got the showroom within the warehouse, if you like, and then we've got the workshop as well. Obviously we manufacture ourselves, so you've got the workshop in there as well. I am through time looking to improve the workshop. I've been looking at new machinery and stuff, so we're looking to invest and improve, go into better, more modern, advanced equipment, machinery to allow us to do some better things and produce better quality. And the long-term plan as well is to create a bigger showroom. So the size of the showroom we've got now, through time we look to at least double and a half again what we've got now. Put more displays in and put a bigger variety of displays in as well. But again, you've got to find your feet. You've got to crawl before you walk or run, so they say. So we'll get the show on the road to start with, get up and running, get going with that, and then next year or the year after, see how it goes. We'll look at a bigger showroom and better equipment as we go as well. And then again, further to that, I've got my eyes on a couple of locations, different regions, which I'll not disclose just now, but a couple of different locations we'll be looking to expand into. And just grow business for there, growing the showroom, growing the products, growing customers. And again as well, what we're going to hit the road and start targeting and promoting. A lot of people don't know that we actually deal with trade as well. So it's not only public, we actually deal with trade as well. We're happy to do so, and we've got some good trade incentives there as well. So again, we'll be hitting the road in the coming months and portraying that and looking to build up some custom in that department as well. So that's kind of that. But for now, there's a lot going on in the background. Speaking to yourself, getting some content out there, make people aware of where we are, what we do, get socially active. Obviously we'll be hitting the road in due course as well, going down south, looking at some stuff down there as well, getting creative with that, and again pushing and showing and driving video content and footage to show people what we all do and what's all there. Again, we're soon going to be going on STV as well. Again, just a bit promotional, get on there and just try and really push and drive the name, show people what we all do. So aye,
good stuff. So who are we to see today?
We're away to see one of the suppliers of our bathroom stuff, bathroom products. So they've got some stuff that we can have a look at, and we're going to be discussing some new showpieces and products for the showroom. See what we can get fitted potentially, hopefully before the STV advert, and get some new stuff, modern stuff out in the forefront there. Show people what we've got. Catalogues there as well, so I'll be getting new brochures.
Whilst Lee discusses business with his supplier, I take this opportunity to craft some content ideas. Shortly after, we get to work.
Why would you use wet wool instead of tiles? Wet wool is quicker, easier and cheaper to fit. Easy maintenance, but you've not got as long a lifespan. Ceramic tiles, they are more expensive, better looking, but you need to maintain them to keep it nice and fresh. Here we've got a nice slimline shaker vanity for nice awkward slim spaces. So here we've got a sink and toilet vanity unit, variation of solid surfaces, some different options there, different colours, different finishes, and you can have this in a shaker style as well. Struggling for space? Problem solved. Here we've got a standalone sink vanity with a modern twist. Look for a nice upgrade without breaking the bank, simple toilet and sink, with a nice modern effective wet wall panel. So if you're looking for something a bit more modern and upmarket, nice cisternless pan with push button flush and nice modern wet wall. Here we've got a modern sleek sink and vanity handleless unit. Contact us for your free consultation and quotation. Peace and peace.
If you like this content, then hit subscribe to get notified when the latest vlog goes live. And if you can't get enough of Windsor Interiors, make sure you follow on social media. Windsor Interiors, for the home of winners.